Welcome into this wonderful Wednesday, unto this willing Wednesday, into this wildfire Wednesday. As we enter into the presence of the great one, his anointed one, his anointing, the prana, the chi, the kundalini, the chakras, everything is energy. And when we start living like everything is energy, then we begin to attract the energy that we send out. Because whatever you sow, you're going to reap. And it's not just what we call money. Money is energy. It is a frequency. It's a currency. That's why they call it currency. And so as we begin to send out the energy into the universe, that's how all of our needs are met. Because of the energy that we send out, we shall receive. The asking is the sending, the receiving is the coming back, the interest, the reaping, the things that we will have for our life. So as we begin today, we might as well, because it is the breath of life, begin to do some breathing and begin to relax our minds. Remember, the inhale energizes you. The exhale causes you to relax. So if at this afternoon hour you are stressed, if you are feeling like you cannot and you will not and you shall not, we're going to change that low frequency and we're going to take it up. We're going to rapture it up, because all rapture means is to go higher. We remember, as above, so below as above, as you begin to move forward. So let's do that breathing exercise today. Let's inhale. When we inhale, we're going to go up. Remember, that's the energy. When we exhale, we're going to bring it back down. Remember, that's the relaxing. And so it's almost like you're lifting weights, and you are. When your energy goes up, you lift off the demands of your life, and you begin to satisfy that with your energy. When you come down, you go back into relax mode, because most of the time when you're going up, you're in emergency mode. And so we want to bring you back to relaxing mode. So we're going to close our eyes, take the breath from the bottom of your chakra, which is at the base of your spine. Take it all the way up to the center, which is the middle place. This is your focus place, the crown. This is your kingdom. This is your prophet that sits on your shoulders. This is your government. So we want to breathe, or we will to breathe life back into that area. Okay? So close your eyes. Inhale deeply. As you inhale, your hands go up. Exhale, they come down. Inhale, they go up. Exhale, they come down. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let's do it one more time. I feel this. Let's go up. Bring it down. Notice when you exhale in your breath and you expel the air and you make the sound, it sounds like an ocean, or it sounds like the waves. And the waves always chill you out because it's a frequency in that. So it allows you to chill out for your day. There is nothing that you will not encounter today that you're not equipped for. But as we talked about yesterday, it is a mind thing, a heart mind and a head mind connection that causes you to move beyond the problem and into the resolution. I promise you that your third dimensional fleshable being is always going to be the problem. That's why you have to make the shift to go into your soulish realm and your spirit realm. And so those are sure things for you. Those are power points. Those are places that is going to energize your flesh. So without those things operating at the highest frequency, at the highest energy, you will not be able to experience your greatest day ever. On Wonderful Wednesday, on Willing Wednesday, this is the greatest day ever. Because before this day, that's an illusion. After this day is an illusion. So this has to be the greatest day ever. So yesterday we talked about it's a mind thing. Today we're going to talk about a mind is a terrible thing to waste. One moment. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. And so we've heard that for years with the United Negro College Fund. That is their motto, that is their slogan. And it says a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Now, when we begin to talk about that, remember we explained to you that the mind is not the brain, and the brain and the mind are not the thoughts. It's all separated. It's dimensional. It's multi-dimensional. But what we must do is bring it all into one, into a marriage. And the flesh becomes one with the soul and the spirit. And the spirit is the foundational power that sends the energy through all of these surfaces. So when we talk about a mind being a terrible thing to waste, because we serve God with our mind. Our mind is our place of thinking. Our mind is our foundation for expressing those things from the inside out. We talked last week about this is an inside job, and we must turn ourselves inside out, which means we must go in and then go out instead of out and then trying to come in, because the word becomes flesh, not the flesh becomes the word. And so the words that we speak, we breathe life into. God breathed life into Adam. Adam is an energy. And so as we get that in our mind, then we'll stop wasting our mind power on things that do not matter. We'll stop wasting our time on the low frequency things that we can actually change. So when we're talking about wasting, we're talking about thinking about stuff that doesn't matter. Thinking about stuff that people said to you that caused you to feel a certain kind of way. When you waste your energy, when you waste your energy on those things that people said, and I tell my children all the time, just because they said it doesn't make it true. And it doesn't add life or cannot, or just words until you add life to it, until you begin to think it, until you begin to speak it. So as we focus on a reverse, we're in the reverse, and if you're not awake, you're still looking for normal. I said we're in the reverse, and if you're not awake, you're still searching for normal. There is no normal, because every day is different. Oh my God, that's good in the neighborhood. There's no normal. Every day is different. When people were saying, since my grandmama and her grandmama probably, these are the last days. Every day is the last day, because that day that you're in will never come back again. So that's the last day. See, we take things and we just make them bigger than they should be. And so the reason we've always been in the last days is because yesterday was the last day for yesterday. And today is going to be the last day for today, tomorrow. And so we have to stay current. We have to stay present. We have to stay focused, mindful, paying attention, and focusing. As you begin to focus, you will stop wasting your mind on crazy stuff, on things that don't matter, on low frequency patterns, trying to get back to normal. Even trying, when you're trying, you're setting yourself up for failure, because you're telling yourself, just in case I don't do it, at least I can say I tried. I've heard that so much. I probably even used it. But trying does not put an effort into bringing forth the very thing that you have put trying in front of. And so we have to allow ourselves to go into our mind. And so with a conversation with my daughter, because I had to handle some things prior to that. That's why the broadcast is late. But that is my family is my first priority. And so I have to handle that. I can't handle y'all first and don't handle my own house. So as we were talking, and we were talking about remembering, because I keep saying we were not put here to learn. We were here to remember. To remember what? What God told us before we got into the womb, into the matrix. So I said to her, anytime that you're having a problem, or I don't like problem, having a challenge, remembering, put some value on the memory that you're remembering, or you're attempting to remember. And so what do I mean by that? You remember things based on the value that it was to your life. Now, it can be a low frequency value or it can be a high frequency value. So we must go into our minds and bring back to our memory the things that God have told you before you were even in this third dimensional state. So he gave you those things to empower you for your journey. And so if you are not remembering those things, you're struggling. But the struggle is not a struggle more than it is preparation for you to remember. We have triggers. We have negative triggers and we have positive triggers. And so what we must focus on is the positive trigger, which is that value, that high frequency value, that energy, that vibration that helps you to go back and remember that situation, that person. Because things that don't really have any value to you, you deal with them for that moment and then it goes away. But some of us have established a habit of remembering things that do not matter, that have no value to us. So even as we're attaching a value to the memory, we must ensure that the value we're attaching is a positive one, is one of great substance, is one that is going to add to our journey. And it is the possibility that what you're remembering is not worth remembering. And so when someone tries to learn you a certain way, like they have tried to learn us to be a certain way. But when you wake up first, you got to wake up first before you can remember. Wake up, be enlightened, your insight, go in and begin to remember the things that will value your life. So God has given you the desires of your heart. It's not that you're asking for a desire and then he'll give it to you. He has already implanted the desire in your heart because he's in the heart. And that's what we should be desiring. And so when you remember that, you'll stop wasting your mind, your incubator, your holder of your thoughts on things that do not matter. Because the mind is a terrible thing to waste. I know a lot of us waste time, and we shouldn't be doing that anyway, but time keeps moving. Time is not on your side. It will not go away in time. We say those things, but time keeps moving. Not one time has time stopped to say, I'm not moving anymore. There's a movement in time. So if you are not moving, you're wasting your mind, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your opportunities to be the best that you can be. If you spend all your time on stress, pressure, drama, trauma, anxiety, depression, if you spend all of your time on those energies, they're only energies, they are not real, they're energies, and they only become real when you put the breath into them. Because remember, the power of life and breath, life and death is in the breath of your language, the light, the power that you put into it. And so we don't want to waste our mind on things that have no eternal value. Because remember, everything outside of you is going to pass away, including you in this form. But as we go across, through, and beyond, we go to greater things. From faith to faith, to glory, we rapture out of this situation. We're absent from the body and present with the Lord. All of those things you can take literally, but if you go in spiritually and don't waste your mind on literally, then spiritually will bring it to pass or manifest as physically. And so we have to get in the same form. The information. Go in, form the nation. The nation is within you. Remember, we're getting our birthrights back. And so that's kind of thing what people say, I'm getting back what the devil stole. Remember, the devil or Satan is a mental disorder. So it really was a stolen. You either gave it, or you allowed it, or you let it. So the power is in your hand. The dominion is in your hand. And so it's a mind thing. It's 90% mindset. Woo! That makes me shake. 90% mindset, 10% skill. You don't have to know everything, but you do have to have the mindset of things. So that's why you must study to show yourself approved. Not just the Bible, but everything that concerns you. The more you know, the more you grow. My people perish for the lack of knowing. In the word, know is now. So we have to get in the now, in the things of the now, because yesterday is gone. Stop living today in yesterday's mess. Use yesterday's mess, add some age onto it, which is today. It becomes a message to you. Take everything that is in your mind and focus to see if you're wasting your time thinking about this situation, worrying about this situation, stressing about this situation, instead of putting that energy into the resolution of the situation. We have all the answers within us. Go in so you never be without. So mind, your mind, my mind, everybody's mind is a terrible thing to waste. And though the United Negro College Fund is talking about outside education, I'm giving you the inside education, because education comes from the inside. It is the growth. It is the remembering. It is the activation of everything that you're already equipped with. Now, would you send your child on a journey and not equip them with information, education, motivation, affirmations? You equip your child for the journey. So if you do that, why wouldn't the Heavenly Father, the power that be, the unlimited one and his anointing, the greatest imagination ever defined in human understanding or understanding, send you on this journey and not equip you for the trip? What kind of God would that be if he did not equip you, advise you, giving you the information in order that you would make this journey successfully? Most of the times when we're going through something, it's because we haven't activated the inside. Because we're equipped for it. Nobody can go through what you're going through right now and make it out, because they don't have the same equipment that you have. And I don't know why we try to make everybody go through the same things the same way. They don't have the same equipment. They might be going through the same thing that you've gone through, but they are not equipped the way you're equipped. They're equipped another way. If we don't start understanding that this journey, we're going to the same destination, but we're not getting there with the same transportation. So you may go I-20 and get on 285. I may go 85 and get on 285. But I promise you, if you use your GPS, God's power system, for your direction, then you'll stop getting lost on this journey. A lot of us get lost so many times. But if we just use the power, the inner system force, the godly system force that's inside of us, we trust the physical GPS to take us to the destination. So if we can put trust in that, why can't we trust the inner GPS, God's power system, to take us on a journey without trial and error, without getting lost? It may be some traffic on your way. You may have some blocks. You may have some distractions. But when we're in traffic, there are a couple of things that we do when we're in traffic. We remain patient until the movement starts again, or we get impatient and begin to take ourselves in some unnecessary stress. Remember, stress is when the demand is greater than the energy. So if you're sitting in traffic and you're getting all stressed out, that's because your energy level is low. And what you can do while sitting in traffic is turn on one of my broadcasts. I was just kidding. What you can do while you're in traffic is you can turn on the broadcast and meditate in a different kind of way where you don't have to close your eyes. Or you can do some breathing. So you can bring that energy up so that the very demand that's trying your energy will have met its match and you're able to endure. There's so many things that you can do while you're sitting in traffic. And one of those things is not road rage. The people that have road rage, their energy is like really low. And so mine is a terrible thing to waste. So this is what helped me. Every time I had any kind of open space or time, I would have something in my ear. I would be listening to something that is going to give me some knowledge or give me some information or start me to building something or creating something. So if you're sitting in traffic, put on something that's going to give you some education from the inside out. And so that's why a mind is a terrible thing to waste, because your mind is your motivating factor to get you to your next, not level, your next dimension, because you're going to go deep, you're going to go high, and you're going to go wide. You're not just going to go level. You're going to go up and you're going to deepen your roots so that you're standing strong through any and everything, and you're going to extend to the out. That's the cross. It's the beginning of a new life. It's more to the cross than the blood, the pain, the suffering. There's another side of the cross that is a new beginning that offers you the breath and the wealth, the prosperity, your wealth and your health. Prosperity is nothing without your health, because you cannot buy your healing. Whew, that's good in the neighborhood. Yes, sir. So today, as we meditate and as we intervolute, as we rapture up in all things, we're in the reverse. And you've got to be awake and aware and have insights and be conscious that although it looks like things are going back to what we call normal, that's not the case. It's not the case at all. But if you can't see that, then you'll follow that crowd who's searching for normal. But I'm going to go the opposite way. I'm going this way because my GPS tells me that even though the virus is peeking its head back up by mouth only, not telling you not to heed to what is being told of you to do. I'm telling you to listen, because a mind is a terrible thing to waste. And they tried to make you forget that you forgot who you were. The governing your mental. So that's why you have to be aware of your gates, your eyes, your ears, and your mouth. And that's an inside job. Your eye, your ear, and your inner voice. See, we got to reverse this thing. They're trying to make us look at things literally. The Bible is spiritual. It's revelational. It's the level of the consciousness of the people that you're reading about. But it never says read the Bible to show yourself approved. It says study. You got to dig. You lazy. You got to dig. You got to look up words. You got to see their origin. You got to hear what God is saying to you for the revelation. Why do you think the Bible ends in Revelations? The light. Please come to the light so you can see, so it can illuminate those dark places that you are living in. Well. This is Michelle, and I am your motivator now. I'm your motivator. I'm your spiritual evolutionist. A lot of you don't even know what spiritual evolution is. Just keep watching, and you're going to experience a spiritual inner revolution. That's what it is. A spiritual inner revolution. And as the revolution comes, it comes from the inside out, causes you to go forth. Yes, remember, not learn. I'm not here to teach you anything. Spirit teaches you. I just give you tools that will, or seeds to cause you to go in instead of out. But remember now to go into Amazon.com and get you a copy of my new writings called Me, which is the mental equation, which is the birth of the inner. Amazon.com. I have physical copies. If you want to cash out me $15, I'll make sure that it goes out in the mail the next day and get you a copy. My cash app is $ the motivator1. And then you can email me at moretherock@hotmail.com. Or if you're a Facebook friend, you can send me a message on Messenger. And as you begin to do that, we are going to operate in the greatest version of ourselves. We are not duplicators. We are creators. We are God beings. We're not trying to be like God. We are God beings. There's a difference now. Like I told you yesterday, if you mind the master, you will master the mind and become a masterpiece. Don't forget that now. You have to mind the master. You have to be mindful of what the master is saying, what the master has told you, what the master is doing, to be, to do, and to have. And then you become a mastermind in the things of yourself, which is loving yourself. Then it goes out into the universe and you become a masterpiece. I'm trying to tell you now. Thank you, HAPS TV, for this platform to go forth and to operate in this present moment. Yes, we're in the greatest. Why don't you download HAPS TV? It's a free app, and begin to support this broadcast, and I would appreciate it. And so as we go forth in this wonderful, wonderful Wednesday, you may be facing some stuff, but face it. As you face your fears will die. Because a fear is usually something you don't face. And it's false energy appearing real. But when you face your fear, when you call for a stand up and go into that thing, you'll investigate that it was just the energy that you had, that you can trance across through and beyond and become the greatest version of yourself. Well, this is Michelle. I'm your motivated spiritual evolutionist in today's Michelleology Evolution Meditation. Remember, go on Amazon and get Me, Mental Equation. I am so happy that you are here. I am so grateful that you have taken out about 30 minutes of your time to hear me remind you that your mind is a terrible thing to waste. And as we go forth, we will become better and bigger, and you will know thyself. There's no sense in you saying, oh, she know me better than I know myself. What? No. You don't give that power to people. Come on, let's keep the power inside. And as we keep it inside, there's always going to be a vibration that vibrates through and comes out. People will see your vibes. They will experience your vibes. They'll see your light, and they will experience your light. And you won't even know it. Because there is none like you in all the earth. Just like there's none like God in all the earth. So stop trying to be like everybody else. Stay in your own lane and become the greatest version of yourself. Okay? Remember, you've been created by the Creator to be creative. So start creating your creations and stop duplicating other people's stuff. They say don't invent the wheel, reinvent the wheel. But sometimes the wheel needs an update and an upgrade. So upgrade. Let's go up to the high places. We've been down too long. It's time to go up to the high places. Anybody want to rapture? Anybody want to go up? Yes. Well, be blessed. May the love, joy, peace, power, sound mindedness be your soul food for today on this wonderful Wednesday. Be blessed.